She recognizes you.
Oh
Still,
yeah, she hasn't really. It's not like she's got Alzheimer or dementia. Although there are some signs. That's another worrying thing. She's forgetting things. She's forgetting how to play games that she grew up playing, I guess, or for decades. No, it definitely recognizes me, but it's just her physicality and her health is declining.
You ended up getting married to Vivian. Was that something that was a few years in the works, or did that happen?
Yeah, we dated. We met in 2003, and we dated for about 5 years, and then we got married in 2008. So 16, coming up 17 years.
And so she's
my gray hair.
She's Taiwanese. Had she gone abroad and studied or anything like that?
No, she hadn't. No, she'd taken trips, but she hadn't studied abroad. No, no.
And so then a Canadian marrying a Taiwanese, was that always really smooth? Or dating-wise, were there any cultural differences that you had to deal with? There's a lot of Asians in Canada, but having a relationship or being married to one is a different thing.
Well, it's a different culture. Yeah, it's a cross-cultural marriage. We have a cross-cultural daughter as well. She's 11 now, almost 12. She'll be 12 next month. Yeah. So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I mean, different cultures can be good, can be great, interesting. With a variety in the differences, but it can also be challenging, right? I think as anybody who's had a cross-cultural relationship could attest to. You have different expectations sometimes, different ways of looking at it. The language can be even problematic.
So she's fluent in English?
Yeah, she is, yeah. She's not like a super high advanced, speaker. She's not native-like, but much better than my Chinese. So we communicate in English. And, yeah, it's like any relationship. I think it can add, it depends on the personalities too, right? How do people deal with differences and change, and you have different attitudes toward that. So I think the more open and accepting you can be of the differences and respectful of those, the better things go. Yeah.
So when you first started dating her, were her parents really accepting of you because you're a Caucasian guy?
I don't know too much because they never spoke any English. Oh. But I think, I've heard stories, right? Like, and I know there was an element of some, maybe the older parents perhaps don't like their daughters or sons dating a foreigner, right? I never got any of that. But I was just sort of on the outside all the time, right? But I think I got off fairly easy because she didn't give me a hard time. The mother-in-law didn't give me a hard time, so that was good. But I never really communicated with her much. No.
Right. Oh, that's interesting, because how do you usually parents when you get married are kind of there in your lives, especially Asian families and stuff.
Yeah, I was lucky that way.
For you. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's because it was an impossibility to a degree, unless you want to go through the interpretation, right?
Right.
I guess you got to be really motivated to want to interfere with somebody's life if you have to go through a translation like that. Tell them this, tell them that. No, I never really got that.
Well, that's pretty good then. So you said you have one daughter, and she's biracial. She's also bilingual.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, yeah.
What aside from Mandarin and English, does she speak Taiwanese or other?
I don't think so. She may understand some words. She's bilingual, but it's definitely her Chinese is better than her English, and that's because her mom looked after her, a lot. She was a stay-at-home mom and always would communicate with her in Mandarin, and she would talk to me in English all the time too. So, but and she goes to a public Chinese Mandarin speaking school. So I would have to say that her Mandarin is better than her English. She's native Mandarin, you at this point you kind of have to classify her as a advanced EFL student. For the most part, no problem, but it's not as good as her Chinese. Yeah, but she's bilingual. Yeah.
Right. EFL, is that different than
Oh yeah, well
ESL?
with that
English?
teaching
Yeah, all these
stuff,
acronyms. What is that?
EFL stands for English as a foreign language.
Oh, not as a first language. Oh, foreign
Well, yeah,
language.
ESL is English as a second language.
Right.
So, how does that work? If a Taiwanese goes to Canada, I think they study English as a second language because
Yeah,
the
because
language of
they're-
Canada they would speak is English.
English. Okay, then that makes sense that because English is not the official language here
Yeah.
in Taiwan,
Right.
that it would be considered still a foreign
Yeah.
language.
So I mean, we call it ESL all the time, but I think technically it's EFL what we're doing here. Yeah, because there's not a environment of English here, right? I mean, there is, but not to the degree it is in Canada
Right.
or
Right.
America.
For your daughter, do you? Actually, because she's going to a local school, it's not like she's running around and hanging around a lot with foreign kids, or is she?
No, I wish that were the case. Then her English might be better. And I mean, I have some friends who have kids and they're foreigners, but not a lot really for her to hang out with, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering about that because in terms of her identity, because obviously she's half-half,
Yeah.
and if she had any kind of issues dealing with that part of her, the two parts of her.
Don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. She's for the most part Taiwanese, right? I'm really right now, and we send her to a bushiban for English as well, at least a few times a week now. So there's that element to it, but everything else is Taiwanese society, right? And Taiwanese, the Mandarin and whatnot. So really, it's just with me and this bushiban where she has the English connection.
I mean, one of the reasons why I'm asking that is that I just found out like a couple of days ago that you're actually planning on moving back to Canada.
Yeah, I told a few people, but not too many. But not trying to keep it a secret. It's just
Right. It's just, how many years? 26 years.
in
There's a
next
lot
month.
of things
March.
happening because you guys also have a house here.
An apartment. Yep.
Yeah, and a lot of things to deal with. But
Yeah.
what was the specific thing that made you decide then to move back? Because you have a whole life here with a house, apartment.
Sure. Well, okay. I would say there's three factors, right? I thought about this a lot, right? Not for the show so much, but just in general, right? How do I explain it to people, and how do I feel about it? Two of the big ones are not me so much. One is Heather, my daughter, because I think it would be good for her to experience a different culture while she's still young, a different education system that I hope would stimulate her as well, and it's just part of the Canadian heritage, right? Like I'm still a proud Canadian, even though I'm a Canadian citizen. I'm not a resident. I don't live in Canada, and not now, not yet.
Yeah.
So that's a big factor. And the other factor is my mother, who is elderly and frail. She's in a nursing home. She's now 92. And not getting any younger, and she's really disabled in a sense that she's hunched over, and I can't even get her on the phone anymore because it's too hard for her to answer the phone. So I haven't talked to her for a couple of months.
Do you have siblings there that are?
I have one
taking care
brother
of her?
who's older than me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've got a couple of nieces because he has a couple of daughters. I got tons of friends that I still keep in touch with and whatnot.
Right. I was just wondering about
tons,
your
but
mom.
several anyway.
Care for your mom, but yeah.
Oh yeah, well she's in a nursing home.
Right.
Yeah, so she's looked after that way. But I can't even talk to her anymore, you know. And I know she always loves it when I go visit, and when I visit her at the nursing home, she always says she'll miss me when I go back. And
She recognizes you.
oh
Still,
yeah,
she
she
doesn't.
hasn't really. She's not like she's got Alzheimer or dementia, although there are some signs. That's another worrying thing. She's forgetting things. She's forgetting how to play games that she grew up playing, I guess, or for decades. No, it definitely recognizes me, but it's just her physicality and her health is declining. But yeah, and who knows how long, right? So yeah, I think that's one of the big reasons. And the third one is me. I mean, I am a Canadian, and I do have a connection. I mean, in the sense of mentally and whatnot. And I have friends there, and I'd like now. So part of that is that I would like to spend some time, not just on a holiday anymore. I'd like to be there. Now, we also have talked with my wife. I've talked, and it's very likely actually that we will come back to Taiwan, and in about 6 or 7 years after Heather graduates. It's kind of up in the air. I mean, my wife would like to come back for sure. I like Taiwan. Oh, you're leaving Taiwan. You don't like Taiwan. That's not it, right? I do. I mean, Taiwan has been very good to me, and I have a lot of fond memories of Taiwan. I have a lot of friends in Taiwan, both Taiwanese and foreigner, as they call us. So I really, do like Taiwan. And it may
You
be.
consider it home compared to Canada? Because I often wonder.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my birth home. Taiwan's not my birthplace, but I've been here 26 years. So yeah, definitely, yeah. But I do, have a fondness for Canada and whatnot. So that's part of it. And it may be in the future, if it's possible to go back and forth. Some people do that, right?
Yeah.
Like several months there kind of thing, and a few months traveling around. But financially, I don't know if I can do that. It depends. So yeah, that's all the great unknown of the future.
Yeah. So then if you're thinking about possibly coming back, then your apartment, you're actually not going to sell it. You'd rent it out or something.
No, we're selling it because we need the money
Oh, okay.
to live in Vancouver, the Vancouver area. It's not cheap. No, I need that money to make it work.
Right.
Yeah, and it just wouldn't work out. I mean, we did think about renting it out and keeping it and renting it to other people and having that income, but with the expense of living in Vancouver, it's just too much to handle it without selling,
Right. Yeah, the standard of living is definitely different here between here and the States or in Canada.
It is, yeah. But the real estate, it's comparable. Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's crazy here. Yeah.
I know it's way crazy here because I always thought I can't believe for the amount of money that you have to pay out for the size of the apartment that you would get.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys bought outside in the outskirts.
Well, that's right, Tuchun,
which is more reasonably priced.
Yeah. Oh, I would never have bought in Taipei. I'm too frugal.
Crazy.
I just couldn't afford it. Right?
What are some of the things that, now that you made the decision to go back, that concern you?
Concern me about
or
the move?
Or is there any, aside from finance, I guess?
Yeah, well, that's always
moving back.
Oh, okay. Well, the finance, I mean, I had planned on taking more work back with me and doing it remotely, but I'm not going to be as successful as I thought I might be in that regard. So I'll probably have to get a job in Vancouver for a while. Anyway, but I think there's possibilities. But yeah, apart from the financial thing, the society is a bit different. There is a level of homelessness that's greater there, and you see drug use on the streets in certain areas. So I want to avoid those areas, particularly for my wife and daughter's experience of it, which limits you a little bit from where you can live. So I have to be very careful. I have to be rather careful of where I relocate to. My daughter's going to be a challenge for Heather because she's not a native speaker of English. It's going to be, but you know, she's young and they have programs there for ESL students. So that's kind of what she'll be to a degree, an ESL student there. And I expect her to pick it up, I hope.
I was thinking that now she was born here and grew up here.
Yeah.
And Vivian was born here and grew up here.
Correct.
So have they, you know, expressed any concerns, or do you have any concerns in terms of them being able to adapt easily there? Vancouver has a large Mandarin-speaking population as
They've
well.
got immigrants from everywhere.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. It's a real. What do they call it? In the U.S.
Melting
they call it
pot.
well, that's the U.S. And that's the thing of like, oh, they all melt together and become Americans. Yeah, we have a mosaic. Traditionally,
okay.
that's what they call it, a mosaic, where we appreciate the differences.
Yeah.
We don't try to assimilate them all, kind of a thing. You have different attitudes, of course. Some people are more like they are more accepting, and others aren't. I have good friends who are ethnic Japanese, ethnic Chinese. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we got a huge Indian population, Korean. It's just massive. I mean, yeah. And now, as I was mentioning earlier, Spanish speakers. When I was back last year on a holiday, you know, going on the subway and taking the bus, I'd never heard it before. But a lot of people were speaking Spanish. Wow, that's a change that I've seen actually.
Heather's going to go in high school or high school?
Yeah, she'll be like middle school.
Middle school.
Grade
Okay,
7.
yeah. So kids are pretty adaptable and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't want to leave it too long because, you know, the older you get, the harder it is to change and to learn stuff.
If you enjoyed this conversation, please like, share, and subscribe.